This Council now becomes Committee of the Whole Council to consider the Statute Law Miscellaneous Provisions Bill 2025. Members may refer to the appendix to the script for the debate and voting arrangements for the bill. Members have been informed that the committee will conduct a joint debate on the clauses and the amendments, including the new headings and the new clauses. I now propose the question to you that the following clauses stand part of the bill. Clauses 1 to 235. The Secretary for Justice will move amendments to amend various clauses and to add the new headings and the new clauses. Members may refer to the appendix to the script for details of the amendments. Members now may proceed to a joint debate on the clauses and the amendments. I will first call upon the Secretary for Justice to speak, but he is not required to move the amendments at this stage. Then I will call upon members to speak. Upon the conclusion of the joint debate, the committee will first vote on the clauses with no amendments starting part of the bill, then proceed to deal with the amendments according to the arrangement set out in the appendix to the script. Secretary for Justice. Chairman, I now move amendments to amend clauses 1, bracket 3, 7, bracket 1, 8, bracket 1, 9, bracket 1, English renditions of clause 31, bracket 1, and 180, bracket 2. Clauses 68A, 68B, 101A, and 194A are proposed to be included. Details of the amendment have been sent to members by the Legislative Secretariat. I will now briefly go over the amendments. First, amending Clause 1.3, proposing new clauses 68A, 68B, and 101A. Having considered the Bills Committee members' concern and upon review of the relevant policy bureau, the administration proposes to propose new clauses 68A, 68B, and 101A to amend references to Hong Kong-Macau Ferry Terminal and other pieces of legislation. At the same time, the administration will provide for a date of commencement of the provisions relating to the renaming. Amendments will be made to Clause 1, bracket 3 to designate the 1st of January 2026 as the date when all of the relevant provisions will come into operation to allow sufficient time for all necessary administrative arrangements to be made regarding the renaming of the terminal. Second, we're going to repeal clauses 7.1, 8.1, and 9.1. To make sure that the provisions are simple and easy to understand, we have taken on board some member suggestions to retain the references to the term mainland China in the existing Rule 68, bracket 7, bracket 8 of, and Schedule 7 and 8 to the insurance, bracket valuation and capital rules. Third, we're going to amend the English text of Clause 36.1. In light of the legal advisor suggestions, this amendment is moved to keep the Chinese and English text consistent. Fourth, we're going to amend Clause 1802 and propose new Clause 1948. Amendments have been made by the company's Amendment Number 2 Ordinance 2025, which took effect on the 23rd of May 2025 to the definition of non-Hong Kong entity under Section 2, bracket 1 of the Accounting and Financial Reporting Council Ordinance Chapter 588, and a new clause referencing non-Hong Kong entity is to be included in Cap 588. Having regard to the said amendment and the new clauses, we propose to revise the amendment location in Clause 180, bracket 2, regarding the Chinese text of the definition of non-Hong Kong entity in Section 2, bracket 1 of Cap 588. Members of the Bills Committee have no objection to the proposed amendments. I appeal to members to support the amendments. Thank you, Chairman.
Does any member wish to speak? If not, we will now vote on the clauses with no amendments standing part of the bill. I put the question to you that the clauses with no amendments as set out in the appendix to the script stand part of the bill. With those in favour, please raise their hands. Those against, please raise their hands. I think the question is agreed by a majority of the members present. I declare the motion passed. This committee now deals with the clauses with amendments. Secretary for Justice, you may move your amendments. Chairman, I move the amendments set out in the appendix to the script. I propose the question to you that the Secretary's amendments be passed. With those in favour, please raise their hands. Those against, please raise their hands. I think the question is agreed by a majority of the members present. I declare the amendments passed. Clauses 1, 7 to 9, 36 and 180 as amended. I now put the question to you that the clauses as amended just read out by the clerk stand part of the bill. With those in favour, please raise their hands. Those against, please raise their hands. I think the question is agreed by a majority of the members present. I declare the motion passed. We now deal with the new headings and the new clauses. New part heading before new clause 68A. Part 19A, Amendments to Public Health and Municipal Services Ordinance, Cap 132. New clause 68A, fourth schedule amended, Public pleasure grounds. New part heading before new clause 68B, Part 19B. Amendments to Air Passenger Departure Tax Ordinance, Cap 140. New clause 68B, Schedule 3 amended, Heliport. New part heading before new clause 101A, Part 37A, Amendments to Smoking, Public Health, Designation of No Smoking Areas Notice, Cap 371, Subsidiary Legislation D. New clause 101A, Schedule amended, Designated No Smoking Areas in Public Transport Facilities. New clause 194A, Section 20 ZUA amended, supplemental provision for Section 20 ZU, where overseas entity becomes a redomiciled company. Secretary for Justice, you may move the second reading of the new headings and the new clauses. Chairman, I move the second reading of the new headings and the new clauses just read out by the clerk. I propose the question to you that the new headings and the new clauses read out by the clerk be read a second time. With those in favour, please raise their hands. Those against, please raise their hands. I think the question is agreed by a majority of the members present. I declare the motion passed. New part headings before new clauses 68A, 68B, and 101A, and new clauses 68A, 68B, 101A, and 194A. Secretary for Justice. Chairman, I move to add the new headings and the new clauses just read out by the clerk. I propose the question to you that new headings and the new clauses read out by the clerk be added to the bill. With those in favour, please raise their hands. Those against, please raise their hands. I think the question is agreed by a majority of the members present. I declare the motion passed. All the proceedings on the Statute Law Miscellaneous Provisions Bill 2025 have been concluded in Committee of the Whole Council. Council now resumes. Secretary for Justice. President, I now report to the Council that the Statute Law Miscellaneous Provisions Bill 2025 has been passed by Committee of the Whole Council with amendments. I move the motion that this Council adopts this report. I now propose the question to you that the Secretary's motion be passed. With those in favour, please raise their hands. Those against, please raise their hands. I think the question is agreed by a majority of the members present. I declare the motion passed. Third